All right, Sort of Sports Podcast, episode 174. And folks, I have to admit to you all, I actually sat down and started re-recording this podcast. I got 20 minutes in to doing this, and I was just so all over the place. I hardly ever re-record a pod like this. But it's been a while since we sat down, the two of us, and I did a solo pod. Well, I got intimate for a moment there. I'm trying to think about anything. I had some good bits. I mean, I'm trying to remember if there was anything really important, but I'll try to do mostly the same podcast for you all. But let's get into, you saw the title of the episode. I'm excited. And a couple housekeeping things. I did make another video. It's going to come out within the next few days on my YouTube channel, which is just Ryan Klinger. I link it in the link in the description of all the podcasts. So if you want to check that out, if you listen to this podcast and you don't watch my YouTube videos, that's fine. You can continue if you want. But I did make a video about The Flash Season 2. I've been watching The Flash with my roommate. Having a really good time with it. And so I wanted to talk about it, and I didn't think it would fit well on the pod. It fit better in a video for what I was trying to do with it. It was less me sitting and talking conversationally like I am right now, which thank you for listening for what it's worth, because it's a one-sided conversation with just me by myself, and I appreciate you listeners. Especially you, Uncle Travis, because I know you prefer when I have a guest on. And this isn't even sport-related, so if my Uncle Travis listens to this, then I really appreciate it, because this is I mean, you're a true fan for listening to this one. But it just worked better because it was less conversational. So if you want to check that out, it's also on my YouTube channel. I do a bunch of like shorts. I'll do like skits and stuff like that I enjoy. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out. But back to this. Another housekeeping thing. I forgot. Trying to get it back, so Braden and I are going again weekly. It looks like Wednesday nights are going to record better for him, so we're going to do Wednesday nights with him, and then I'll post those on Thursdays, which then means we might move filming up with Austin a day. So EV passes might potentially be coming out on Wednesdays now, which is probably better, because then it gives you another day before a lot of those topics are drained by Thursday Night Football, because we usually talk a lot about Thursday. So that kind of gives you an extra day before. Whereas Braden stuff, I think a lot of those would age a little better going into the weekend. So that looks like what we're going to be doing from now on. And then obviously there's always a chance I just fire up and want to talk about something solo like I do today. So here we go. For those of you that are some diehard Sort of Sports podcast fans, you all remember back in the day, back in May 2024, I recorded a podcast, episode I think 93, I want to say. It was called I Wanted to Love Heat. And in it, I watched the first Heat, which has been propped up by many to be one of the best in cinema. Michael Mann's masterpiece, 3-hour crime epic is usually the way it's referred to. Obviously, there's Robert De Niro and Al Pacino in it, along with Val Kilmer, who, I love Val Kilmer. I cut a whole podcast about how I love Val Kilmer. Rest in peace to Val Kilmer. But I didn't love it. And it's a movie that I do think has aged well for me. I mean, it's a year and a half later, and I actually like Heat more than I did the first time I watched it. But after watching Heat, I bought the book because I was really curious. How often does the director and writer of a movie write a sequel to it almost 30 years later? Not often. So I bought it. I co-wrote the book. But I bought it. I read it this summer. I think I talked about it on the pod. We did. We talked about it here on the podcast, but it wasn't a fully dedicated pod. Like I just kind of chopped it up. I think it was probably in an NBA episode, most likely. I'm looking back, probably somewhere in that range. I talked about it. It's got to be. I mean, probably in this one. Yeah. Looks like episode 151. Probably somewhere in there is when I talked about it. It's called There's Cinema on the Court and in Theaters. That's my best guess. Heat 2, I really loved. I really liked that book. And it's a much grander story. It's a lot more Godfather Part 2. And I prefer Godfather Part 1, but I prefer Heat Part 2, if that makes sense. Really liked it. Really liked it a lot. And I think a movie of it is potentially very dangerous. We'll get to that in a moment. But let's talk about the news that came out today. First of all, Warner Brothers, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I mean, pardon my French, folks, but they fucked up because they shopped the rights. Amazon MGM bought them, and so Amazon MGM now owns the rights to Heat 2, and they're putting it in the works. Whoever owns it, I don't care what studio really makes it, honestly. I mean, Warner Bros. Did mess up. They've been on a heater this year, and they did blow this one. But just give Michael Mann a blank check. Like, let's not play around here. Okay, give him a blank check. We'll talk about the problems with why Heat 2 might not be a massive success later. But for me, for all of us, give him a blank check. And I mean, I must admit, I feel a little greedy right now because the other day, the news that there's a Miami Vice movie in the works from Joseph Kosinski, who's one of my guys, director of F1 and Top Gun Maverick, is making a Miami Vice movie starring potentially Glenn Powell and Michael B. Jordan as Crockett and Tubbs. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, come on. That's for me. They're still making movies for me. And that's coming out in 2027 with Superman Man of Tomorrow. Well, it's just called Man of Tomorrow. I take that back. It's a Superman sequel titled Man of Tomorrow, which, I mean, come on. That's two me movies in the same year. 2027, and I mean, Marvel Secret Wars comes out that year. I'm going to see it. I'm pretty excited for it. But it's not for me. It's not like specifically for me. It's for me in the sense I'll see it. But it's not like, hello, Ryan, we went and we took all the things you liked and we put them in a pot, like kind of like when you cook in Zelda and you throw everything in and then like, it makes a noise. That's what they did for this new Miami Vice movie. They were like, okay, well, he likes Miami Vice. Let's take that. He loves Glenn Powell. It's one of his guys. He loves Michael B. Jordan. He's like on the precipice of being a guy for Ryan. Like, he likes Michael B. Jordan, but he doesn't know if he's like one of his guys. Grab him, put him all in their pot, bling, and then that was the new. Oh, Joseph Kosinski, also one of my favorite directors right now. It's just like, yeah, go get him. It's come on. And then Man of Tomorrow. Oh my gosh, this movie might also come out in 2027. I mean, guys, if this comes out in 2027 with this cast that's rumored, I mean, oh my goodness, 2026 looks like we're gonna have some good movies. Don't get me wrong, it's not gonna come close to 2027 because also in 2027 we're getting Beyond the Spider-Verse and the Batman Part 2. So I mean, potentially just the greatest year for movies of all time on the horizon. I mean, watch people that are like more into like artsy stuff than me be like, this year sucked, and it's like, yeah, but for me, this was the greatest year ever. Like 2027 looks like it's going to be insane. But let's just talk about this cast, okay? Because I hardly ever even like comment on Twitter, like ever. All I do is like post or retweet. I never comment, and I did today because I was that excited. Oh, and I retweeted in like all caps, yes, we're back. But anyways, here it is. Rumored cast: Leonardo DiCaprio, Austin Butler, Adam Driver, Bradley Cooper. If you're driving right now, keep driving. If you're not, look at my face. You're like, Ryan, you don't look that excited. That is because I'm shaken to my core by how insane this is. In a good way. This is insane. That is an insane fourth. That's like the 2017 Warriors, okay? Leo is Curry. Bradley's KD because he doesn't have an Oscar, just like KD didn't have a ring right then. It falls a little bit apart once we start making Driver, Klay Thompson, and Austin Butler, Draymond Green, but it is like the 2017 Warriors. Like, this is an absurd team. Absurd team. I don't know who Zaza Pachulia is going to be. But my goodness. So immediately, I commented. And for those of you that aren't aware, Heat 2 characters, still Vincent Hanna from the original, played by Al Pacino. I thought he was going to be played in this one by Adam Driver. Makes the most sense. The coked up cop. I could really see Adam Driver really liking that role. Then we have Austin Butler playing Chris. Chris is the character that Val Kilmer plays. I mean, Austin Butler literally is kind of the new Val Kilmer. It makes too much sense. Then we have Leonardo DiCaprio, who I think is most likely going to be Neil McCauley, who is Robert De Niro's character. Lady, why are you so interested in what I read or what I do? I could really see Leonardo DiCaprio doing that. And then Bradley Cooper, I think, is going to be Otis Wardell, who is just like this evil monster. He's an original character for the second one. He is the main villain. And, I mean, gosh. I mean, this is a psycho, like, we could see like a No Country for Old Men Harvey Bardem level psycho in this movie. I mean, he is. A couple of those chapters, a little bit of tough reads. Not gonna lie, he's a really bad guy, and I don't think we've ever seen Bradley Cooper do a psycho role like this. And I think it'd be really fun. And the thing is, those of you that don't remember, I recorded a podcast back in December called the Bradley Cooper episode, where I really dove into Bradley Cooper. I should probably rephrase that. I dove into Bradley Cooper's career because there's all this hype around this guy. Everybody talks about Bradley Cooper as like, oh man, one of the best working actors today. And you can tell he thinks it too. And, he's tried to get Oscar wins multiple times with Star is Born and Maestro and American Sniper. And I was like, really? Like, is this guy, this dude thinks he's like that guy. I don't know if he's really that level of guy, right? I was like, I think he was better in comedy movies. Well, then I went out of my way. I went and watched Limitless. I went and watched Silver Linings Playbook. And I was like, oh, I like both these movies. I think the biggest reason I like both these movies, Bradley Cooper. This guy rocks. And so now he's one of my guys. And I want to introduce you all because I was talking about my guys, and I got a lot of guys right now working in cinema. I got a couple gals too on my roster of people where it's like, you're in it, I'm in. But I did think about it. I pretty much have like a baseball 9, I would say, of people that it's like, if they're in it, I'm in, I'll watch. Now, it's an ever-changing list. All time, oh my gosh, like Harrison Ford's on there, right? Harrison Ford is an all-timer, right? Bruce Willis, also one of the all-time. Samuel Jackson, on there all-time. Like, one of my guys. Denzel, one of my guys, right? But right now, in the year of our Lord 2025, October 7th, 2025, who are my current guys? So I ran it down for you all right here. I actually improv this when I recorded the podcast like 20 minutes ago. It was the original version of this. And so now this is a much cleaner version because I was like sitting there going, and like thinking on the last one. So that's part of the reason I re-recorded is because I'm like, this is not really great work for me. So that's why we redid this so I could be very crisp. So starting pitcher, okay? That's my boy Ben Affleck. You guys know I love Ben Affleck. One of my favorite people, like acting-wise, of all time. I think, for those of you that aren't aware, I recorded a podcast last September, October. I think that one is just titled, This Episode Contains Zero Sports Talk. It's all about Ben Affleck, and I really think he actually messed up his career, and he could have been a guy like Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a shame he's not, but he still has a great career nonetheless. So he's pitcher. Over at first base, we got my boy Timmy Chalamet. Okay, Timothy Chalamet, if Marty Supreme makes $150 million, he's officially one of those guys. I mean, right now I think there's about 2 actors, I think, currently in Hollywood that just them alone can make your movie a hit, and that's Tom Cruise and Leonardo DiCaprio. People will go to the theater to see those guys. I mean, there are other people that you can make an argument for, but right now those are the 2 definitive in my mind. And there's always people trying to be that. And there was a period it looked like Tom Holland was trying to be that. I think he could re-get it back with the Odyssey. I think there's an argument. Matt Damon used to be one of those guys. I don't think so anymore. I really don't. Odyssey is not going to count because it's a Christopher Nolan movie. It's already got its own. I mean, Odyssey will make $1 billion. Like, it is. It's going to make $1 billion. And it's probably going to win Best Picture. I think it's going to be potentially Nolan's masterpiece. He's going to come off a movie that most people considered his masterpiece and make a movie that's better. Just bananas. But Leo, I mean, Leo's the reason One Battle After Another is doing so well. You take Leo out of that movie, I don't think it crosses $100 million. And that's nothing against the movie. Nothing against the movie. I'm just saying it's the truth. The truth of the matter is, if Leonardo DiCaprio's not in it, it's just not. I mean, I don't think PTA is that much, with the general public interest. Just the truth of the matter. So, anyways, over at second base, continuing this. Oh no, did I forget who I put there? Oh goodness, I had it all set. Oh, Tom Cruise, second base. Tom Cruise movie, I'm interested, right? Okay, so you got Tom Cruise, right? Then at shortstop, I'm gonna put my boy Brad Pitt. If he's in it, I'm interested. Actually, I might have to make a change. We're going to the bullpen. Brad Pitt, he's going to be a reliever because we have to have 10. Because Ana de Armas needs to be on the team. I'm putting her at shortstop. She's in a movie I'm interested. I will say I did skip Ballerina. I'm not a big fan of John Wick movies, but Ana de Armas, really like her. She's in it. I'm interested. So Ana de Armas on the team. Third base. Okay? Third base. That's where I put my boy Matthew McConaughey. He's in a movie I'm interested. I'm very interested if Matthew McConaughey's in a movie. One of my guys. A little bit getting to the point, he might be at the end of his career for me, for one of my guys. Like, he's an all-timer. I mean, all-timer. But he's starting to just kind of become a guy who's in commercials and stuff. Apparently some new movies in an Apple TV Plus. It's pretty good. Well, I mean, maybe I'll check it out. I think it's about, like, firefighters or something. But all-time, like, I mean, guys, like, going back, watch The Lincoln Lawyer. Go back, watch How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Whew. Matthew McConaughey. I mean, great third baseman. Elite third baseman. Margot Robbie, also on the team. She's in it. I'm interested. She has a lot of great work. I mean, I'm not that interested in her new movie with Colin Farrell, not going to lie. But she's out in left field. One of my favorites. I just think she, right now, is clearly like probably the top female actress. Just like as far as popularity wise, and like people go to the cinema to see her. And I mean, I think what's really impressive for her is that she's very funny, right? She can do comedy, and I think that's impressive. Center field, the star of the team, my boy, the guy of all guys for me, is Glenn Powell. I mean, like, definitively Glenn Powell. That's my guy. So yeah, Glenn Powell, center field. He is the top of my guys. Right field, we're putting my boy Donald Glover. A lot of this is because of the fact he's my favorite rapper. But also, if Donald Glover's in something, I'm interested. I really am. And then at catcher, Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper might be number 2 on the my guy list right now. I'm not gonna lie. As far as relievers go, we already put Brad Pitt there. We're going to throw Jamie Foxx in there, too. He's getting near the end of his my guy. Oh, he's more of an all-time. I can't lie to myself. He's more of an all-time. Yeah, okay. Michael B. Jordan is precipice. Coming off Sinners, though. Coming off Sinners, he might just be on the team. Not going to lie. We'll make him closer. So, there's definitely some people I'm forgetting. There's definitely more actresses. I'm sure of it. But you know, that was fun. We can do that again sometime. I don't know if that's really that definitive. I will say that could change. I mean, that's always they're changing. I thought about for the Sort of Sporties this year doing like a my guy Glenn Powell award where I hand out an award to like who was my guy this year. But what's funny is this year I've been bouncing around a lot. I don't know if I've had a guy this year unless somebody really comes out in the last 3 months. I don't expect to have a my guy this year. Maybe we just give it to Bradley Cooper, but his renaissance happened last December, and he got a whole pot about it. So it's like it's not really right. We'll see. But anyways, so I commented on this post with who I thought each person's role should be, and somebody replied to me. His name was Mo, and he said that Driver was going to be Macaulay, which I don't exactly love, but whatever. Butler is Wardell. Also don't love. I don't think that works, but all right. Leo is Chris, and Cooper as Hannah. And I said, well, okay. But I would honestly prefer if Leo was Wardell and Butler was Chris. And I said, honestly, I could do Cooper as Hannah and Driver as Macaulay. Because I'm like, actually, I think it's more fun if Bradley Cooper is Hannah or Macaulay. I mean, honestly, if you said, Ryan, you're casting this, I think I would genuinely, if you said I could pick anyone, I think I would do Austin Butler as Chris, Bradley Cooper as Macaulay, and then Leonardo DiCaprio as Wardell, because it's been so long since he's seen him play a bad guy. And then I'd do Timothée Chalamet as Hannah, because I don't actually think it works, for what it's worth. I don't think it makes sense at all. But Al Pacino said Timothée Chalamet reminds him of young him. And I just think it'd be really funny. And it would be an all-time, okay, Timmy, what you got? Can you match Al Pacino's energy as Vincent Hanna and pull off a performance like this? So I would love to see that. But I'm not the one casting this. But I'm actually at the point where like I don't want Cooper to be Wardell. I've actually come full circle, and now I'm hoping he's Macaulay or Hannah. One of the two. Because Cooper, he's so talented. He can do Macaulay smooth, is a book about medals. Or he could do Give me all I'm not doing Vincent Hanna. I don't think I can do a good Vincent Hanna. Not at 10:30. I can't do a good Vincent Hanna at 10:30. Maybe tomorrow morning I can do a good Vincent Hanna for you. Not right now. But Bradley Cooper can do either of those. And his voice is going to do a little bit of the Rocket Raccoon thing. It's going to, you listen to that Uberheats ad. He kind of comes out near the end. It's right in his last line of it. It's going to come out a little bit. But either way, the fact that Bradley Cooper's in this movie has made it so much more exciting for me. If it was announced that it was Chalamet and Cooper, like if they were like, yeah, Adam Driver can't do it, it's going to be Chalamet, I think I might just ascend. If this is coming out in 2027 and they're all going to be in it, and we already have the Glenn Powell, Joseph Kosinski, Miami Vice movie with Michael B. Jordan, and we got Man of Tomorrow and Batman Part 2 and Beyond the Spider-Verse, like that, I mean, like that would just be good night. But anyways, then it came out that Leonardo DiCaprio was circling the role of Chris. So this guy nailed it. This Mo dude. I don't know if he's an industry insider or he just had a lucky guess. I mean, he did have like a 25% chance. But regardless, that is what's happening, it seems. That Leo is going to be Chris. I guess you could do one of the weirdest casting decisions of all time, because Heat Part 2 has multiple stories going on at once. And it should be told non-linearly, because I think that would work better in a non-linear sense. Linearly? Yeah, I think it's right. Non-linear sense. And the part that's the weird part of the book, and this is why I think the movie will be a little odd, because it has to be like 3.5 hours, because you have to fit the Chris, like, Taiwan, South America, tech, crime thing that's, like, so over here compared to, like, the bank robbing in Western America with the gang, or like the Chicago, because like there's like Chicago home invasion robbery, and then there's like Western America robbery. I think it's like out in like Vegas area. I pictured it in a desert when I read it. And then there's like Chris in the future, and by future I mean like late 90s, doing like tech heists in South America and like Taiwan. Easily the part that doesn't fit. But the thing is, Michael Mann is going to direct this movie. Michael Mann is the one who wrote the book, well, co-wrote the book. And so like I find it hard to believe he's going to cut something. I really hope he doesn't, because I think the easy thing to do would just be to cut all the Chris stuff. But maybe they're going to be like, okay, so for all the stuff that takes place pre-Heat, that's going to be Austin Butler, and then everything post-Heat, it's going to be Leo, which is just like a bonkers casting decision. Like, insane. But maybe that's what they're going to do. I can't decide if it's so good it rocks, or if it's so bonkers it's bad. I don't know. But either way, that would be at least interesting. I hope that's not the case, though. Like I said, my ideal would be, with the 4 we're given, right? If you're saying Adam Driver, because I'm just not a massive Adam Driver. I think he's good, like especially in like the Star Wars stuff. But like I don't love him for Hannah or Macaulay. I guess him as Hannah. I think he's doing Macaulay. I don't think like my ideal would be him as Hannah, but I do think he's going to do Macaulay, and then Cooper as Hannah. Maybe Cooper is the right choice for Hannah. Yeah. I just think now Macaulay is like, I don't know. I don't think that like Driver can match the energy of De Niro. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm Driver. I mean, I haven't seen Megaopolis. Clearly, I haven't seen Adam Driver's best work. So I mean, it's an interesting question, but I'm intrigued to see what this movie looks like. And my only concern is I don't know how many people under the age of 35 care about Heat 2, right? Does like Heat 1 wasn't even a box office hit, and it had De Niro and Pacino in it, so But if I don't know, because like it has an internet presence, but I don't think Heat's massively popular with kids my age. A lot of guys I know, they're aware of it, and even if they have seen it, they don't love it. It's kind of an older guy thing, right? And I like it, but I'm more excited for Heat 2 than I like Heat 1. And I'm glad they're looking for these big names, and I really hope Amazon doesn't put it streaming. I think Amazon MGM is going to put it in theaters. They seem to be doing that, so that's good. But I think ideally, like, people are interested in this because of the cast, and then they go back, watch Heat 1, they like it because it's good. I don't think it's a masterpiece like some people do, but it's good. I actually might prefer Miami Vice '06, which might be a crazy take. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I need to rewatch Heat 1. But, like I said, it's aged well for me. And then they go back, watch Heat 1, and are excited for Heat 2. That's my hope. I am just concerned, like, this movie comes out and it makes $80 million, and then it's like, oh. But in the same sense, who cares at that point? We got it made. That's all that matters. Yeah, I guess that's, yeah. In the same sense, yeah. I mean, it's not like a super movie where you want it to do well because then more get made. Like with this, like as long as Heat 2 gets made, that's all we really need. I just want it to be popular because it'd be cool. Like it'd be awesome if this movie made like $200 million. Everybody's like, oh, Heat 2, he's great. It'd be fun. But I'm glad that Michael Mann sees this as his crime saga, because I sure as hell do. And this movie could just be a masterpiece. So I'm so excited. Do not cut the weird Chris side plot. Keep it in. And yeah, I'm incredibly excited. So that's it. The Bradley Cooper of it all is what sends me to like another level of heaven. That's the part that just fills me with joy. Because if it was just this cast, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Leo's gonna be in it. I really like that. But Bradley Cooper, I mean, that's you're putting one of my boys in, and that's now I'm touched. I really am. I don't think Bradley Cooper's ever worked with Michael Mann before. It's gonna be like Nirvana. All right. If this movie comes out in 2027, the most anticipated movies in 2027 rankings are going to get out of hand. I mean, we're going to be having fights on the pod. And I say that, it's just me for the Sword of Sporties. I mean, it's just a solo. So, all right, I went like 27 minutes on this, which is impressive, especially if like this is my second trying of recording this. All right, that is it from me. Next time you see me, I'll be talking NFL with Austin or Braden, one of the two. And then next week, I know for a fact, we'll be recording with Braden, which is going to be fun. So that's it from me. If you haven't seen Heat 1 and you listened to all of this, I oddly enough didn't actually spoil anything, which is pretty impressive. So let me tell you, I'm just kidding. But I don't know why you listen to all this. I mean, thanks, but yeah. All right. This was fun. I enjoyed this. And you guys always know I love it when I just get to talk about movies. It's like my true passion. I say that like my true passion is talking about the sports stuff too. I just enjoy chopping it up to me looking at myself in the screen, essentially. Just used to not do that. I used to just record and I would just stare at the wall while holding a mic. Now I look at my MacBook. Interesting. Okay, that's it.